Alright you guys, and welcome back to a new video. Man, this week it's gonna get spooky. Whoa. I know y'all be thinking, hey, Halloween was 2 days ago. Now, that might be the case, but don't let anyone ever tell you when it's the right time to sculpt the pumpkin. Now, with all the justifications out of the way, we can focus onto the sculpting, where I'm currently carving out the basic pumpkin shape. With my pumpkin looking nice and round, I can start sketching out the face. And since Halloween is happy season, my pumpkin is gonna be getting a big smile of joy. Once the smile is big enough, it can never be big enough, I can hollow out his mouth and start working on his teeth. Once they are textured, I can gently add them in his mouth. Now, he might be in desperate need of some braces, but that's typically not a pumpkin thing, so I guess he won't get lucky tonight. Now, with the slight suspicion of plastic surgery, I can add his voluminous lips. I have to be very careful here, cause otherwise my lack of a medical license would be noticed. Once I'm done squashing his face for 5 minutes straight, I can move on to sculpt his eyes, making sure those will look adequately angry. And once I got my eyes hollowed out, I can put my pumpkin aside and get started working on the stem, where I'll once again end up with a completely average sized wiener in my hands. Now, I tried adding a curly wiener, but somehow did not like it, so I went with a more basic shape instead. Once my stem is connected to the rest of the pumpkin, I can start texturing and twisting till I'm happy with the shape. Now I'm left with the aftermath of living hell, aka the oven. I can then paint the pumpkin skin orange and its teeth white. And if you think that's ugly, remember that there are people out there where it's the other way around. I'll then move on to painting his eyes with a shining bright yellow, following that up by adding a yellow transition from its lips to its inner mouth. And now we're on to the stem, which will receive a green vegan base coat. Shout out to all the vegans watching. And now I can follow up the base coat with a dark green wash. Following that up by giving him a dark orange mouthwash. And since I already got my wash in hand, I can also apply it to all the cracks and crevices. I'll then add a final layer of light yellow on his teeth, which clearly doesn't help him in defending his nicotine addiction. Anyways, with the mouth complete, I can start sponging on the final highlights, using some yellowified orange for the skin and some whitened green for the stem. And with the final dry brushing complete, I can finally say, that's him done. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out last week's video where I made a fat SpongeBob, and comment down below what I should sculpt next, and please subscribe baby, I'm not giving up on 10,000 subs. And I love you all.